Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at noon.
And now to a storm watch weather alert this noon. A powerful storm making its way across the country, already bringing some devastating ice storms to the Midwest. In Kansas, ice coating streets and power lines, you can see right there. And now that storm system is heading our way. I'm Chris McKinnon. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Kate Merrill, but this won't be quite the same ice storm. Meteorologist Barry Burbank is here with more on the weather alert this noon. Barry.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Kate, Chris, and everybody. I don't think we're going to have a repeat of what's going on out in the Plain States and heading toward parts of the upper Mississippi Valley. I don't think we're in for a major ice storm like they're going to have there this afternoon, but the storm is going to be weakening somewhat, so it's not going to be quite as bad as it has been in parts of the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandles, and now it's moving up through the Plain States with some snow farther west into the Rockies. So there's a storm. That's our weather maker for tomorrow night and into Wednesday morning. So it's going to track about like this. It's going to move northeast, head toward Chicago, give Chicago mainly rain. It's going to come along, and it's going to lose much of its ice and snow as it sort of shrinks in that area. And it's mostly a rainstorm with a few thunderstorms as it comes into Pittsburgh tomorrow with a few showers and storms. It heads towards us. We cloud over during the day, and then we get the precipitation as somewhat cold air comes down from the north. It looks like the thermal profiles are set up for mainly a snow event here, but there could be a strip of sleet and freezing rain in there as well, and also rain, but most of the rain near the coast as the storm moves along. So we do have a storm watch up for this area for tomorrow night and on Wednesday morning, especially farther north and west of Boston. So it's just to alert you to the fact that there will be deteriorating travel conditions, especially farther north and west of Boston, and some accumulating snow as well. How much we get out of this? We'll have that all coming up for you in just a few minutes. Chris?
All right, thank you very much, Barry. You can keep track of all the storm's developments with the CBS Boston weather app. It's free in the Google and Apple app stores.
Manholes exploding overnight in Brockton forced evacuations and leaving behind a mess for businesses. This is the second time, actually, in about 6 months there have been problems with the manholes on Main Street.
And this noon, the cleanup is underway. WBZ's Anna Myler is live in Brockton for us with an update on that situation. Anna.
And Chris, the deputy fire chief, tells me one of those manhole covers went flying through the air. So it's very lucky these explosions happened in the middle of a Sunday night when there weren't many people around. Crews worked through the night and are still working here on Crescent Street after a total of 6 manhole explosions in the city.
There was a big explosion a little bit after.
Fire officials say there weren't any residents affected by any power outages, and the cause of those explosions is under investigation. Reporting live from Brockton, Anna Myler, WBZ News.
Breaking news right now at noon in the Pulse nightclub massacre. The New York Times is reporting the wife of the gunman has been arrested in connection with the mass shooting. Reports are Noor Salman was taken into custody by the FBI at her home in California. She allegedly has been charged with obstruction. Her husband, Omar Mateen, was killed in a shootout with police after he killed 49 people inside a gay club in Orlando back in June.
A clash of the quarterbacks. The Patriots and Steelers will battle it out on Sunday in the AFC Championship. On the line, of course, a trip to the Super Bowl, and the trash talk has already started.
That's right. The Steelers take an aim at the Pats, and Tom Brady is responding. WBZ's Nick Giovanni is live at Gillette with more on the Sunday Night Showdown. Nick.
Yeah, Chris, Kate. It didn't take long for the first piece of bulletin board material to be posted here at Gillette. This one brought to you by a Facebook live stream. And this live stream was especially timely because in his post-game press conference last night, Tomlin was asked specifically for his thoughts on facing New England, to which he responded, quote, none, and then just walked off. Well, now we know at least one thought is currently on a bulletin board. We're live in Foxborough. Nick Giovanni, WBZ News.
New this noon, the Patriots offensive coordinator is staying put. Josh McDaniels has withdrawn his name from consideration for the head coaching job with the 49ers. McDaniels tells reporters it's best for he and his family to remain in New England. And WBZ is proud to be your Patriots station. You can join us for a special live Patriots All Access Saturday night. That's the eve of the AFC Championship. See the special right here at 7 o'clock.
Then on Sunday, we get you started with a 90-minute special edition of Patriots Game Day, the WBZ News Playoff Edition. Live from Gillette starts at 5 o'clock. Pats and Steelers kick off at 6:40. Then tune in for the fifth quarter post-game show after the game. That's over on My TV 38. Well, Sunday could bring Roger Goodell back to Foxborough for the first time since the Deflategate started. And we want to know, do you think the NFL commissioner should come for this week's AFC Championship game or not? Go to our CBS Boston Facebook page and weigh in with your thoughts. We'll have results for you starting tonight at 5 o'clock.
Can't wait to see what people say about that. Stoughton police are searching for the suspect after a man was stabbed at the home of a UMass Boston chancellor. Police say there was a party going on at the house on Palisades Circle. The chancellor was not there at the time. A 20-year-old man was found stabbed early Sunday morning and rushed to a Boston hospital with serious injuries. People who know the neighborhood and family are surprised.
They've lived there for quite some time. Never has there been anything like this. That's the shocking part, is that they seem to be, very, very good citizens, very good people.
In a written statement, Chancellor J. Keith Motley says in part, "I've learned about an incident that occurred at my residence and am very concerned about it, as well as the health of the young man who was injured. I was traveling and not home at the time."
Well, today is Martin Luther King Day, and several Massachusetts politicians gathered for the annual breakfast at the Convention Center. Speakers include Senator Elizabeth Warren, focused on Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy of trying to create a better, fairer, and more just society.
Our country faces hard times, and all of us bear a responsibility to act. We decide whether to stand up to injustice or whether to shield our eyes. We decide whether to stand together or whether to break apart.
And unlike some other Democratic lawmakers, Senator Elizabeth Warren says she will attend Friday's inauguration. She says she believes it's part of the orderly transfer of power and part of her job.
Today, President-elect Trump will meet with his son of Martin Luther King Jr.
The meeting comes as Trump feuds with a Georgia congressman who played an essential role in the civil rights movement. Jamie Yukas reports now from Washington. Donald Trump will be sworn in Friday as the nation's 45th president. Stay with WBZ and CBS News for every angle of Inauguration Day. Our David Wade and Lisa Hughes will be live in Washington. John Keller will offer his expert analysis plus one-on-one interviews with local lawmakers and in-depth reports and perspective on CBSBoston.com and Facebook Live. Live coverage from Washington begins Thursday at 5 o'clock and goes all day on Inauguration Day.
Coming up, saved by a stranger.
A woman's beloved dog pulled out of a burning house by a man passing by.
And seeing history from the front seat. The Massachusetts native who has spent 8 years taking us inside the White House.
And we're following a developing story this noon. Dozens killed, a village destroyed when a plane comes crashing down.
The 41. Closed captioning is brought to you by Bob's Discount Furniture. Visit mybobs.com to find a store near you. This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by Safelite and Giant Glass.
Developing right now at noon, a Turkish cargo plane crashes into a small town in Kyrgyzstan, killing dozens of people there. The 747 went down just outside the country's main airport. The crash badly damaged part of a village there. You can see part of that plane actually lodged in a home. Rescue crews are now going through the wreckage to try and find victims. Authorities say poor visibility likely played a role in that crash. Also developing this noon, a gunman has killed 5 people at a nightclub at a popular Mexican resort town. The shooting was in a club in Playa del Carmen. Authorities say the club was hosting a music festival event when a gunman walked in and started exchanging fire with someone else inside. At least 10 other people were hurt. In Drake-it, a man rushes into a burning home to save a dog.
Elaine Bua was sleeping in her home Saturday when her smoke alarm went off. She ran out with one of her dogs, but was missing the other. That's when Michael Patnaud saw what was going on and ran inside her house and rescued the Yorkie.
I consider my dogs family, and if there was a chance that my dogs could get out of my house when a situation like that was happening, I would hope somebody would do it for me too.
And now he even says he is considering becoming a firefighter. I think he's already passed the initial test.
That he is. Not afraid of...
He's brave.
All right, Storm Watch weather alert this noon. Want to check in with Barry Burbank here. We've got some snow on the way.
Some people will get some snow out of this. Other people won't get any snow at all. It all depends about where you are. It's all about location, location, location.
Isn't that always the case, Barry?
Yes. Remember a couple of years ago, everybody got snow out of every single storm. It was a powder storm. That was the most unusual, crazy, wild thing I've ever seen in my life. 2 years ago, everybody getting powder snowfalls, and there was no rain or snow line. How about this? Let's look at some ice today. Let's look at the rink down there. Let's look at the ice at frozen Fenway. A lot of people out there having some fun today. Wow, that looks really like a white and ice down there with the temperature now at 35 degrees and it's destined to go up a little bit over 40 this afternoon. Nice at Fenway Park at frozen Fenway. Anyway, the rest of us seeing it close to 40 already in some places like Norwood and Taunton. These places were down to around 12 to 15 degrees this morning for low temperatures. So it has warmed up nicely and going up a few more degrees the first part of this afternoon with all this bright sunshine. It's really a lovely day, but there's a bit of wind out there. It's picked up to 12 to 25 miles an hour. It's going to add a little bit of chill to the air, so it's not going to feel exactly like it's in the lower 40s this afternoon. The forward edge of the cloud shield is way out here in Pennsylvania, so we won't see much in the way of clouds this afternoon. As we go up to the lower 40s, the clouds really won't come in much until tonight. Here's a wedge of warmth coming up through the Tennessee Valley, up to 70 in Nashville today, but just enough cold air back in the plains to support that icing, which continues in a narrow strip there with some snow in the eastern Colorado region and some more heavier showers and thunderstorms destined to develop along this front here. That's our weather maker for tomorrow night and on a Wednesday morning. Meantime, we have a chunk of Arctic chill up here, and some of that's going to be heading southeastward into the Canadian Maritimes, and some of that will feed into this developing storm and actually push this storm off to the south of us as a secondary storm develops. So we go to the 40s this afternoon. Watch the timestamp here. We stay nice and clear for the most part, just a few little streamers of high clouds before sunset. A little bit of cloudiness overnight, but a moonlit sky once again as it falls down to the 20s by morning, near 30 in downtown Boston, hardly any wind. The wind will start picking up out of the east tomorrow. The temperatures go up to around 40 degrees. And look what happens by late afternoon, toward the end of the commute. We start getting some snow and rain and a mix in here developing and rain closer to Boston. So it all depends on the intensity of precipitation and how much cold air drains in at various levels coming down from Maine. But it looks like it's going to be mainly snow across the north. It's going to be a wet, high-density type snow, while it's going to be mainly rain near the coast. Occasionally, the snow line may come down closer to the coast, then sort of wobble in here as we get a little strip of sleet and freezing rain as well, and it all winds down on Wednesday morning as still some rain here, but still some snow off to the north and west. There could be a strip of sleet and freezing rain. Right now, I'm not too concerned about a major ice storm, but I am looking forward to plowable amounts of snow in northern Massachusetts northward, 4, 5, 6 inches here, maybe as high as 5 to 7 in the Monadnock region. Lower totals in here, all depending on how long the duration of that sleet and freezing rain. But again, I don't think it's going to be a major ice storm as we see this thing swing on by. So we do have that storm watch weather alert up to keep you apprised of the fact that there's going to be deteriorating road conditions tomorrow evening, so look out for that into Wednesday morning. Nicer weather on Thursday, and then some more rain comes back Friday into Saturday. Temperatures in the 40s. Chris?
Thank you very much, Barry. A massive sinkhole has opened up in Pacifica, California, along a busy street there. The hole is about 40 feet across and 15 feet deep. Public Works Department says a misaligned underground drainage pipe caused it. Could take up to 6 weeks to patch up that sinkhole. He's had a front row seat to history. A Massachusetts native is wrapping up his tenure as White House photographer. New Bedford native and Boston University graduate Pete Souza has been chronicling the Obama presidency with his camera. But his job ends when President-elect Donald Trump takes the oath of office on Friday. He talked to CBS Sunday Morning about what he wanted to show through his photos.
One of the things that I'm just trying to do is show him not just as a president, but as a human being.
Not only does he have an amazing eye, not only are his pictures evocative, accurate, creative, but he's also become a great friend and somebody I trust.
Souza also served as Ronald Reagan's White House photographer and says he never expected to be back again.
Seen a lot, I'm sure. Coming up next, not so nice coworkers.
The aggressive behavior being seen at more and more job sites.
This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by Pear Tree Office Furniture.
Sometimes work can be a rough place, and it turns out many of us might not be so nice to our coworkers. According to a new study, 62% of employees say they're treated rudely by a colleague at least once a month. And researchers say that number's on the rise, up 13% since 1998. What's to blame? Well, experts say rising employee stress levels are most likely the factor. Not you, though.
Or lack of caffeine.
Or lack of caffeine. Well, forget cruel coworkers. Turns out a bad boss could really be bad for business.
Researchers at the University of Manchester say people who have bosses who display a strong desire for power and a lack of empathy are not only depressed, they're more likely to engage in counterproductive work behavior. The study shows in workplaces with bad bosses, there's also a higher instance of bullying, all of which impacts the bottom line.
So the bottom line is you need a nice boss and nice coworkers, so just be nice.
There you go. Homework at WBZ.
Right, exactly. Up next, mixing politics with pleasure.
The dating site where the most important requirement is who you voted for. Barry, got some weather watchers?
Yeah, it's a beautiful holiday out there. They're all raving about the nice weather after a very cold start this morning. Let's check out some of the numbers. And the temperatures have gone up more than 20 degrees in some spots. In fact, we had a 41 down from Keith and Pocasset already down there. So we're looking at temperatures going into the lower 40s in many locations. Steve in West Brookfield said it's 33, and it went down to 7 there this morning. So it's turned out to be a fantastic day. My yak with the forecast, calling for some snow for some people. I'll have that for you in a few minutes.
WBZ-TV
news and documentary teams were covering.
We'd like you to meet TV4's Eyewitness News team.
They were Boston's original reporters.
Make it a good day. And that's my forecast for now.
They set the standard for television journalism.
Governor, thank you for joining us. A story you may not
And
believe.
that's the 6 o'clock news.
And at WBZ, we honor their legacy by sharing your stories every day.
Very cool story.
Great story.
What a story. Good evening to you on David Wade.
I'm Lisa Hughes. We were proud to be New England's very first TV news team. But we're most proud you still place your trust in us today. For everything Boston, we're WBZ News. Here for you, always. Imagine your home totally organized by Closets by Design. Custom closets, garages, home offices, and more. Take 40% off plus free installation. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Now is the time to update your floors with Luna's new half-off sale. Get half-off carpet, hardwood, and laminate, padding and materials, and installation. It's your whole project half off. Half off soft carpet in your bedroom. Half off beautiful hardwood in the family room. Half off stain-resistant laminate in the kitchen. Get the floors you've always wanted with Luna's half-off sale. Reserve your free annual appointment at Luna.com or call 877-241-LUNA.
Samantha was seriously injured because of a property owner's neglect, so she called us.
They're a great firm, and whatever they say they're going to do for you, they will do for you.
Seriously injured? Call County Law Group and let our family help your family.
Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design can transform your home with beautifully crafted custom closets. Call now and get 40% off your purchase along with free delivery and installation, or visit closetsbydesign.com.
A moment with Ernie Bach Jr. and his son Alex.
I can't believe they canceled my hockey game. Nice save, Dad.
The best things in life are unexpected.
High on heroin and raising kids.
So these children are knocking on people's doors asking for food.
New Dr. Phil.
Today at 3 on WBZ Channel 4.
This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by Bernie and Phil's, home of fine furniture.
Today at 5 o'clock, parents concerned about this popular teething toy, what one mom found inside Sophie, and the company's response. That's on the WBZ News at 5 o'clock. California man is looking to make dating great again.
He has created a new site aimed at fueling romantic connections between supporters of President-elect Donald Trump. The site touts itself as a place where daters don't have to worry about politics. You don't want to find out later that you guys hate, so you disagree.
Politics can be a deal breaker.
Exactly. All right, Barry, we got a rough week coming up, but
yep, some snow, some areas north of northern Massachusetts, few inches tomorrow night.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone.
Have a great day.
Need a chimney professional? Choose Boston's best chimney, specializing in maintenance, liners, masonry repairs, and more. Serving Boston and the suburbs since 1989. When you want the best, call the best. Visit Best Chimney.